up and sit down.
Hello folks, Colin here, Vesta 67's workshop. Welcome to issue number 38 of Build the Legendary Cyborg RoboCop from our wonderful friends over at Fanhome. Now, if you'd like to take out a subscription for this, head over to this link. There's a clickable link just below in the description as well. That'll take you to the Fanhome website where you can take out a subscription for this beautiful 1/3 scale RoboCop. Right, let's have a look in the magazine, see what we got this week. In the line of fire, it says guns rule the streets of Detroit. It says machines are a fundamental aspect of the RoboCop saga, not just because of the protagonist is made of metal, gears and circuits. Everything in his adventure takes place in a cold, chrome-plated universe where naturally iconic elements such as weapons and cars cannot be ignored. Without their presence, the plot and especially the aesthetics of the saga would undoubtedly be very different. Exactly. I can remember the original posters from the original movie release, and it just captivated us, didn't it, back then? It says Hobb wields the dead M21 folding the submachine gun. Yes, folks. Look at the weapons on that. I mean, yeah. Delivering justice at top speed, all the different vehicles, full Tauruses, I think they were back in the day. Here's a description of what we've got in this week's episode, which is the hip, outer ball joints, inner ball joint support, ball joint, friction disc 1 and 2, and the screws. There you go. So we're putting all of this together. So you're going to need the thigh assembly from the previous issues, folks. And there's all the different information on how this goes together, how to put it all together, and what you should end up with at the very end. Okay. And there it is, all in place where it's going to sit on your RoboCop, folks. Okay. Next up, you've got autonomous mining trucks. Mining robots featuring many great science fiction films, including Catch the Rabbit and The Hunt. Of course, the idea that robots could be used in one of the toughest jobs in existence does make perfect sense. Truth is, even without having humanoid form, mining robots have been with us some time. Thought of a robot gunning around in one of these big dump trucks. Yeah, scary, isn't it? But if it works, do it. Exoskeletons there working away in warehouses and stuff like that, but it's basically a suit a bit like the loader that Sigourney Weaver wore in the Alien movies, where you strap yourself in it and then it amps up the strength of your limbs, etc. Also, it can be used for paraplegics as well, with a robotic exoskeleton. So, yeah, there's potential, isn't there? It's certainly an interesting concept. Although it's not a cure for the disability, it can help people get around. Yeah, I think it's very, very interesting. Obviously, there's a military side there that we're not getting to, but it's in there, so give it a read, folks. But yeah, let's have a quick lookykins then. We'll put that at the back, and we'll dig out our parts, which are in here, and we'll put everything on the bench ready to do a bit of assembly, okay? So it's calling us to put 38D in, which is this big cap, and it goes in the back of this, like so. Just sits in there, and then we want E to go in above it. So you've got a cap within a cap, basically, like that. Okay, and then we want to put this joint inside, like so. So it'll sit just on the top of them two captive caps. Whilst holding that, we then want to feed it through this case, okay? So we want to try and do it so that we line this up properly, folks, okay? So there's a little pin, just sits there. We want that to go in there, okay? That's the theory. So hopefully we can get that in pretty pronto. which I think we've done pretty well there. Gone straight in. So whilst holding that in my hand, I'm going to grab a screw and we'll pop a screw in. Now I'm going into plastic, so for the first one I'm not going to put oil on it, I just want to use it as a locator. And then I'll come back and take that out in a minute. Actually, I don't need to. There you go. Let's just pop that straight in. So you've got 3 screws to go in around this. And then we'll check the resistance of the joint. Bear in mind, it's going to be quite tight because we've got the weight of the leg being held in place here. Tighten the screws alternatively in small increments until you feel the ball joint moves stiffly, and that's the clue. It's got to move, but quite stiff. So I just want to knit mine up like so, and then see what we've got. There you go. Stiff as a ball, but fully honed. Okay, so that's what you want. And then we want to drop this on top of here. So you've got two screw holes there, like so. Just make sure I get the orientation right. And then these lugs here are going to go each side there, okay? Like that. And then we can pop the screws in place. Like that. There's one. Put it down now. And there's the second one. And these can be now fully tightened all the way down to pop that in place. And that's what you're going to end up with. You're going to end up with this hip joint ready to go now, folks. Okay, and these are what basically are going to hold the legs in place. So you want that resistance. You want that stiffness in there, okay? So that's where we're going to leave this issue, folks. Don't forget, if you'd like to subscribe to this, head over to this link here. There's also a clickable version in the description below. That'll take you to the Fanhome website where you can take out a subscription for this beautiful 1/3 scale Partwork. Also, you can just click that fester in the corner there and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd be massively grateful. Really helps me out and grow the channel. Also, ring the bell so you get notified of future content as well, folks. Okay? So just click the bell, select all. Bob's your uncle. So until then, stay safe and well. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye for now.